Let's dive into this late September buzzing news of the week. The World Bank approved $750 million loaned Nigeria. Dangote Refinery Shutdown. Federal government mandating National Education Repository and Data Bank NERD upload for NYSC mobilization. Watch till the end and let's go. The World Bank has approved a monumental $750 million loan for Nigeria to boost its digital infrastructure and strengthen its health security system. This major investment will impact two of Nigeria's most important sectors, tech and healthcare. But what exactly does it mean for the country? First, let's talk about the digital infrastructure. Nigeria has struggled with access to reliable internet and digital services, especially in remote areas. With this loan, the World Bank is helping to bridge that gap. The funds will be used to expand broadband connectivity, increase e-government services, and create a secure digital economy. Official quote, Tech Innovation Minister. This loan marks a new era in Nigeria's digital transformation. By extending broadband services across the country, we're not just connecting people, we're building the foundation for a future where Nigerian businesses can thrive in the global digital economy. Now, let's look at the health security angle. Nigeria, like many countries, has faced the challenge of inadequate healthcare infrastructure. This loan will help modernize healthcare facilities, especially in rural and underserved areas. It will also strengthen Nigeria's ability to handle future health emergencies, such as pandemics, by improving early warning systems and building a more resilient healthcare workforce. Potential official quote, Health Minister. With this support from the World Bank, Nigeria is taking a huge step toward improving healthcare for all its citizens. This loan will not only enhance the quality of care, but also improve our capacity to respond swiftly to health crises, ensuring that we're never caught unprepared. So, what's at stake here? The loan isn't just about infrastructure. It's about creating jobs and ensuring long-term economic growth. Experts believe that improved digital infrastructure will foster innovation and make Nigeria more competitive on the global stage. Meanwhile, stronger health security will make the country more resilient and improve overall public health, which is vital for a prosperous future. Official quote, Economist Analyst. This is a game changer for Nigeria. By focusing on digital and healthcare, Nigeria is addressing two pillars that are essential for sustainable growth. The World Bank's backing demonstrates their confidence in Nigeria's potential to build a more robust economy and better public services. But it's not all smooth sailing. Despite the positive outlook, there are some concerns. Nigeria's existing debt load is already quite high, and the country will need to manage this new loan carefully to avoid further financial strain. Plus, corruption and mismanagement have been long-standing issues in large projects, and transparency will be crucial in ensuring that these funds are used effectively. Official quotes, Transparency Expert. While the loan brings immense opportunity, it's crucial that Nigeria ensures transparency in its spending. Without proper oversight, there's always a risk that such large investments could fall short of expectations. Locally, many are hopeful that this will bring positive change. However, international stakeholders are also keeping a close eye. The success of this loan could influence future global partnerships and loans to other African nations, showing that well-managed investments can spur massive development. Official quote, World Bank representative. This loan reflects our commitment to supporting Nigeria's development, particularly in areas critical to its future. We are excited to see how the funds will be used to enhance digital access and build a stronger healthcare system, both of which are vital for Nigeria's long-term growth. So, what does this mean for Nigeria's future? The $750 million loan represents a major step forward in the country's efforts to modernize its infrastructure and improve public health. While there are hurdles to overcome, the potential benefits, including job creation, better health care, and a more connected digital economy, are immense.
Dangote Refinery Shutdown, Union Clash. In Lagos, Nigeria's newly opened Dangote Refinery has become the center of a labor dispute that threatens national fuel supply. The Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association, PENGASSAN, has ordered a halt to crude and gas deliveries to the refinery after management sacked over 800 Nigerian employees for joining the union. The union alleges the layoffs were wrongful and illegal, so it instructed its members to shut the refinery's valves and cut off supplies. PENGASSAN President Festus Osifo told Channels TV that by Sunday night the refinery and a fertilizer plant train were fully shut after the union blockade. Dangote Group, however, calls the union's action lawless. In a statement seen by Argus Media, the company defended the dismissals as part of a safety-oriented reorganization to curb repeated acts of sabotage. Dangote warned that the union's order inflicts an irreparable injury and constitutes a national embarrassment to us all. The company insists only a very small number of workers were laid off, and it has urged the police to stop what it calls the union's criminal actions.
Analysts warn this standoff could exacerbate Nigeria's chronic fuel shortages. Dangote has even said it will suspend petrol sales in Nigeria due to refinery supply gaps. Reuters reports that this move has already raised concerns about rising fuel prices and further strain on Nigeria's fragile currency, HOT. PENGASSAN has signaled a nationwide shutdown by instructing chapters at other oil firms to join in, saying a coordinated cut to supply could disrupt the country's fuel supplies. The federal government has intervened to defuse the crisis. Labour Minister Mohammed Dinyadi has appealed to the union to call off the strike, warning a strike will lead to heavy revenue losses for the country and more hardship for Nigerians. He invited both Dangote and PENGASSAN to an emergency meeting to negotiate. Dangote's actions were defended by Junior Minister Nkiruka Onyeocha as vital for the nation's energy security, calling the refinery a cornerstone of our nation's quest for energy independence. At the same time, industry regulator NUPRC boss Gibenga Komolafe urged all parties to refrain from what could cause disruptions in energy supply, saying the dispute can be resolved through dialogue without jeopardizing domestic fuel provision. For now, Nigerians are watching whether the parties can reach a deal and worried about possible fuel price spikes if the shutdown continues.
Federal government mandates NAD thesis upload for NYSC mobilization. The federal government has announced that from October 6, 2025, no graduates will be mobilized into or exempted from the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, without first uploading their thesis or final year project to the Nigeria Education Repository and Data Bank, NERD. The directive, approved by President Tinubu and conveyed in a circular by SGF George Akume, adjusts the NYSC mobilization criteria to require proof of NERD compliance for all prospective course members. In other words, every Nigerian or foreign-trained graduate must deposit their completed academic work on NERD before NYSC clearance. The circular explicitly states that no graduate will be mobilized for or exempted from NYSC without proof of compliance. Rationale: officials say the measure is part of a broader push to curb certificate fraud and raise academic standards. Depositing theses and projects in NERD timestamps each graduate's work and helps authenticate credentials. The policy is described as safeguarding the nation's intellectual assets and restoring credibility to academic qualifications. NERD spokesperson Haule Galadima explains that mandatory uploads will raise the bar in the quality of academic content, output, and presentation nationwide, since supervisors' names will be publicly linked to student work. In short, the government views the rule as a national quality assurance check. It deters bogus degrees and ensures every graduate's research contributes to Nigeria's knowledge base. Requirements under the NERD policy: all thesis, dissertations, and final year project reports and similar academic outputs must be submitted. For example, Business Day reports the FG is mandating graduates to submit their thesis or final year projects into NERD before they can be mobilized. Vanguard News notes that the new regulations explicitly require the deposit of academic outputs, which include thesis or project reports, as a precondition for NYSC. Section 6.1.23 of the NERD guidelines calls this a quality assurance check and a yearly independent proof of continuous academic enrollment and affiliation. The rule applies to graduates of all institutions: universities, polytechnics, colleges of education, nursing/agricultural colleges, and even foreign schools, as long as they seek NYSC mobilization. Current NYSC members and those already mobilized before October 6 are exempt, but every new graduate must comply. Upload process. Students must use the official NERD portal to deposit their work. In brief, the steps are: onboard to NERD. Either ensure your institution has registered your records on NERD or register as a new user on the NERD portal with your matriculation and course details. School officials must then validate your account. Preliminary upload and checks. Log into NERD or NAPID and begin a preliminary upload of your thesis or CSR project. The system will automatically run an AI-powered plagiarism check and learning recommendation.